Hi, I'm Andrew Mastriano. I'm the student pastor here at Fellowship Memphis, and I wanted to share with you our mission statement for FSM, which stands for our Fellowship Student Ministry. So the mission of FSM is to partner with families to equip students to become worshipers and disciple makers of Jesus Christ through grace and truth, relationships, and service. And so let me break some of that down for you. So the first thing we want to do is we want to partner. We want to partner with families. We realize that God's mandate to make disciples comes primarily through the families. And so we want to come alongside families. We don't want families to be alone. We don't want them to think that they have to do this apart from the church, but we want to come with them, and we want to come with them to equip students. And so that comes straight out of Ephesians 4. Something that our church believes really deeply is that we equip the saints to do the work of the ministry. And so we're partnering with families to equip students. And we're doing that so that students can become, and the reason why we use the word become is because that's an identity statement. To become something means your identity. It's not just something that we do, but it's something that we are. So we want them to become worshipers and disciple makers. Worshipers is our natural response to who God is, and so we want them to naturally respond to who God is by worshiping daily and that becoming a part of who they are. And we also want them to be disciple makers, and so we want them to replicate that same worship that they are experiencing in others that are around them, right? Whether that's siblings or friends or in the future other faithful followers, as Paul would say. And so we want them to be worshipers and disciple makers, but it's really key that we're not just worshipers and disciple makers of anything, but we're worshipers and disciple makers of Jesus. And so Jesus is the reason why we make disciples. Jesus is the kind of disciple makers we want to have. And so Jesus is the object of our worship. He is the object of our disciple making. And so he is the foundation of all of that. He is the cornerstone. So we do that through primarily a couple different ways. Grace and truth. We're taking that right out of John 1, where John says that Jesus was a man filled with grace and truth, and how we need to have a tension and a balance between those two, that we need to be gracious because God has been so gracious with us, but we need to stand firm on the truth because the truth is so important. And then lastly, through relationships and service, and we realize that relationships become this vehicle, this vessel that love and the gospel can flow through, and that life can be transferred through relationships. And if we don't have relationships, then it cuts that off. And that service is another opportunity for us to live out what Jesus would say, where he said, I came to serve, not to be served. And so that's brief of what our mission statement is here at Fellowship Memphis and for our student ministry. And so we are so thankful that you came to check us out, and we hope to see you around.